Evening and welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and to the highlights of the fourth day of this test match between Australia and the West Indies at the SCG. 3 fascinating days play so far. The West Indies starting off today at 2 for 93 and in a very, very strong position with that first innings lead at 117. One of the keys to the rest of this game will be the pitch. Tony Greig is out there in the centre now with today's report.
It's lovely and cool out here. A good day for fielding. The rough patch that we talked about so often yesterday and no doubt we'll continue to talk about over the next 2 days is right there. It hasn't changed too much. The rest of the pitch, well, in my opinion, absolutely fantastic. The time to judge a test pitch is on the last 2 days of a test match, and this one has come up magnificently. Very dry and flat, and in fact turning as well, and that's something we should see more of in test cricket wickets, because it would be lovely to see the spinners come back. Remember on the first day we showed you the pitch. There were hardly any cracks out there. Just a little tinge of green. The second day, of course, that changed slightly browner. The moisture had gone out of the top. And, of course, the cracks had widened up just a little bit. On the third day, they'd widened just a little more. And here we are today without hardly a change there. The crack's much the same, perfectly flat, no raised edges. But the ball is going to turn a little bit and still very hard, so there will be some bounce. There won't be any shooters, really. So, magnificent pitch prepared by the staff at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Back to the central commentary position.
Well, that should give plenty of confidence to the Australians once they have a look at the pitch, because it's certainly not breaking up. As Tony Greig says, it should take a little bit of spin, but we don't anticipate too many problems. Well, the weather, there's a little bit of rain at the ground early on, very, very light sprinkling of rain, and the forecast quite good. No problems there. It looks as though we'll get through with a full day's play. We pick up play now in the third over. No runs added, still 2 for 93, with an overall lead for the West Indies of 210. Yardley's coming into bowl to Haynes, and in the commentary box it's Tony Greig and Ian Chappell.
He's had a go at that one, and it's gone high and right over the top of the infield. Lawson chasing that down towards mid-wicket, but it'll be 4. So Haynes wasting no time, getting himself just a little bogged down, and it looks as if he might have decided to hit himself out of trouble.
Well, Desmond Haynes attempting and succeeding in hitting the ball away with the spin. Bruce Yardley spinning the ball back towards the leg stump. Haynes hitting with the spin. A good example there, even when you play a lofted shot, you must keep your head down. Pretty well hit there from Desmond Haynes.
It's well played. That one all the way along the ground. Once again, Lawson chasing out towards deep mid-wicket. He'll cut this one off, and that brings up Haynes' 50.
Very well placed shot there from Desmond Haynes. Waiting to see where Jeff Lawson was placed in the outfield and then hitting the ball well away from him. 50, his first one in Australia. 91 balls in 134 minutes.
Desmond Haynes now faces Dennis Lillee.
Big appeal there for LBW, and he's given him out. Lillee has tracked him. LBW, so having scored 51, Haynes out LBW to the bowling of Lillee. And that's a pretty useful breakthrough for the Australians.
Desmond Haynes getting that front foot well across. Dennis Lillee just cutting the ball back. That was what beat the bat. So Desmond Haynes is on his way. LBW to Dennis Lillee for 51, and it's 3 for 112.
Lillee to Lloyd.
Lillee back over the wicket, and Lloyd on the back foot hitting that down the ground. That was a nice shot by him. He's going to be looking for 3, and in fact going for them. Thompson, the fieldsman down there, and a big throw down to Marsh's end. Border gathers. That's the end of Lillee's over. A successful 1, 2, 3, 4, 150.
Yardley bowls to Clive Lloyd.
And that's an outside edge. And going down to third man, Lloyd might well get another 3 here. Gomes certainly coming back. So 3 more to Clive Lloyd. He has 6 now.
Bruce Yardley to Larry Gomes.
Well, that's well played. That ball short and a little quicker delivery that by Yardley, trying to sneak through to the defence of Larry Gomes, and he played it very well through the offside, and 3 runs resulting.
Larry Gomes picked that one pretty well. Bruce Yardley pushing it through on him, but it was a fraction short, and he really placed it away well. Good example of the speed of Jeff Thompson there too. Very fast runner, and he was able to beat Jeff Lawson to the ball.
And Lloyd on that occasion, as if he was padding up, trying to get the bat out of the way. And I think the ball actually hit the bat and went down to third man. So runs there for Lloyd, albeit that he was trying to get his bat out of the way.
It's a little fortunate that that one went straight to ground. But in the end, it's a couple of runs on the scorecard. And there's not enough room to describe how they were put there. As long as they're there, that's the most important thing.
Lloyd cutting this time and beating Thompson. So Thompson is again having to chase down towards the offside boundary. He won't catch it this time, though. 4 to Lloyd. Just a little short from Yardley. And well played by Clive Lloyd. 3 for 130.
Lilly to Larry Gomes.
Larry Gomes flicking that one away on the leg side. It's again Lawson, who's done quite a lot of work down on the boundary today. Moving around quickly. In his position of third man, he's out there in place of Graham Wood, who's got a problem with his hand.
Thompson to Lloyd.
Beautiful shot, straight down the ground by Clive Lloyd. And it's a welcome to the crease. Jeff Thompson, that one. It's his first over of the morning, and heavy bat of Clive Lloyd, thundering it down the ground. Man was pretty wide at mid-off. Gap was there, and batsman didn't even have to move. Clive Lloyd, he's on to 19.
Bruce Yardley to Larry Gomes. That's a little bit of ill luck for Yardley. Had Gomes out in similar fashion in the first innings, caught it slipped by Greg Chappell, and went well away from the slip field.
Won the first innings, just holding in the rough, spinning away, and that one again. You can see that puff of dust coming up. And that's a troublesome area outside that off stump for the left-handers.
Thompson to Lloyd. Shot. Hughes will cut it off.
A little problem with his timing in the last over, Jeff Thompson, Clive Lloyd, but that one then was hit beautifully through the onside. The aggression one expects from the play of Clive Lloyd. Good placement, gave Kim Hughes a long chase.
Yardley bowls to Clive Lloyd. Shot. That's the acceleration West Indies need.
150 coming up for the West Indies, and Clive Lloyd, who's been pretty restrained, was looking for the one that he could put away, and that was it. Wasn't a bad ball by Yardley. Not taking the risk, sweeping off around about middle stump. Did it well, right on the bottom of that bat too, and made umpire Dick French get out of the road.
And that's the sort of run getter he needs to put that into practice. West Indies now 3 for 156. Yardley bowls to Clive Lloyd.
And he's got it through.
Long chase here for Hughes. It won't go all the way, but the batsman will get free. Free for 161.
Terry Alderman to Clive Lloyd.
What a bad miss there by Jeff Lawson. But I suppose if you've got powerful drives coming at you as frequently as Clive Lloyd has been hitting them, one eventually will go through, but it was a bad miss.
It was a bad miss, particularly the fact that Chappell's had him nice and straight, both on the mid-off position and the mid-on. He's had them deep because Clive Lloyd hits him so hard, and that's a fundamental mistake, not getting the body behind that.
Yardley to Gomes.
And fumbling there by the fielders. And Gomes gets the ball away for 2, and in fact, it's the first scoring shot of more than a single he's had for 15 overs.
The fieldsman probably misfielded because of boredom. Had very little to do out there. Quick mix-up and picks up 2. People wouldn't be pleased with that because that's letting the bowlers down when they've been so tight. I've seen Lawson and now a double miss here. Dyson, Hughes, a bonus run.
And he's gone. Caught at extra cover. So Gomes is out. Caught by Border. Off Yardley for 43. And the West Indies are 179 for 4.
Well, he wasn't really going after him then. He just stroked it gently to short cover, and Border took a straightforward catch, and Gomes is out for 43, and it's 3-4 for 179.
Yardley bowling to Dujon.
Well, Dennis Lilly just got a hand of that, so couldn't quite pull it in. Dujon, another rash shot there, picking that one up from outside off stump, and Lilly just been caught off balance as he tried to jump for that. And Bruce Yardley with his head in his hands, thinking what might have happened. Dennis attempted to go one-handed, I think probably to get a bit more of a leap. He couldn't quite pull it in.
Thompson to Dujon. Well bowled by Thompson. Sliced stroke away there by Jeffrey Dujon.
That occasion, Thompson just holding that one back a bit. And, with perhaps a normal gully, he might have got a catch.
Thompson to Clive Lloyd. There were shouts there, but it didn't look as though it carried to Rodney Marsh.
Well, a good delivery there from Jeff Thompson. Ball just getting an outside edge, and you see Rodney Marsh diving forward for it, but it bounces in front of him. Bruce Yardley just realises at the last minute, he starts to throw up his hands. Then he realises that it hasn't carried to Rodney. And Thompson, I think, also realises at the last minute that it hasn't carried. So that's a break there for Clive Lloyd. Rodney Marsh, a good effort. It's very difficult for a wicketkeeper to dive forward against a pace man. And you see the wry smile there from Rodney, thinking that that's one occasion when he wishes he's a couple of inches taller.
Yardley to Lloyd. .50 to Clive Lloyd. Scores from the Australian players and from the crowd. Smaller crowd today, but they're witnessing a very, very good contest out there. 50 from 80 balls in 100 minutes. It's a good run getting rate, 50 from 80 balls. Forget about the minutes. Thompson to Dujon. He can bat a bit, this young man. Four for 198. Yardley to Lloyd. And there's no one better to take a catch like that than Kim Hughes, of his West Australian bowling partner, and that was well bowled by Yardley. Gave it more air, threw it a bit further outside off stump, and Lloyd is gone. That is a blow for the West Indies.
Yes, Clive Lloyd looking to push things along there, getting one out in the rough, gets the outside edge, and Kim Hughes takes a simple catch at backward point. The West Indian captain is on his way with a total at 5 for 208.
Neat little stroke that. Thompson doing the fielding. And that does a piece of work from Thompson, stop them coming back for 3. Thompson to Dujon.
We'll be looking for a second here, and we'll get it. 2 more to Dujon. He's now up to 26.
You questioned the running between wickets of David Murray before turning, but Jeffrey Dujon, you couldn't point the finger his way. He's an exceptional good runner between wickets. There's a bit of agony out there. He's had that injured shoulder. Threw it out again yesterday. He had to come in very quickly from mid-on, at the stumps, and you could see a lot of agony on his face, and he's carried that into today's innings also. It's on 26.
Well, that was just a wide.
And Jeff Thompson cannot believe how that one happens, and neither could Rodney Marsh, who got across very quickly. It just slips out the hand. I could never consider that to be a beanball, but Rodney Marsh getting right across to take that one. Tomo will look at the hand, slipped out of the fingers. Oh, pretty well, but that one of the most wildest deliveries I've ever seen from Jeff Thompson.
What will launch this time? Oh, that's a fine shot by Dujon. That's beautifully hit. Forward of mid-wicket for 4 runs. Nothing too much wrong with the shoulder on that shot.
When this fellow hits them, they certainly stay hit. It was a beautiful shot off the back foot. Picked up the line, placed it perfectly over mid-on.
Yardley to David Murray.
Catch it! And that's gone. Murray is out. Yardley strikes again. Good catch by Laird. And Murray goes for 1. And the West Indies now lose their 6th wicket for 225.
Well, Bruce Yardley in his 21st over today, and flighted up well. Bit of bat and pad, and that's where he should have bowled all day at those stumps. Good diving catch by Bruce Laird. Just had to move to his left. 3rd wicket for Bruce Yardley. David Murray on his way back to the pavilion, and the West Indies 6 for 225. Bruce Yardley, 3 wickets for 83 now.
And Holdings cracked that through the covers. Waited for it and hit it late. And will get 3 runs to get off the mark first ball.
Bruce Yardley bowls to Michael Holding.
And that's high in the air. Under it there is Dyson, and it's a long way up, and he takes the catch.
Well, Yardley's 4th wicket, he's done it again. Gave it plenty of flight, and John Dyson looking up at that sky, he had a long time to wait. Always a difficult catch to take. Had to move to his left. We just pointed out that there were 2 men deep. Michael Holding took them both on, hit it well, but hit it a little bit too high, and Dyson had plenty of time to consider what he was going to do. Took it right up over the eyes, and that was a good catch by Dyson. That's the end of Michael Holding, Yardley's 4th wicket. So the West Indies now 7 for 231.
Bruce Yardley now to Sylvester Clarke. And if you thought Dyson's last catch was well judged, just have a look at this.
It's in the air. It's going out towards Dyson. He's running back. He's under it. What a great catch! Gosh, that's one of the best outfield catches you will ever see, John Dyson. A tremendous performance.
Yes, he was in a little bit too far for a start. May have misjudged it, or perhaps had a problem picking it up. But then in the last fraction of a second, took a tremendous leap into the air and pulled in an absolute blinder. And a very delighted bowler rushes out to congratulate him. And that was a gigantic hit from the big fast bowler. And probably the advantage that John Dyson has got, he used to be a soccer goalkeeper, and didn't he just look like a soccer goalkeeper as he went through the air to pull in an absolute blinder? And he thinks it's worth a rest after taking a catch like that. Sylvester Clarke on his way back. Yardley's got 5, and the West Indies are 8 for 246.
John Dyson, the man of the moment. That is one of the best catches you will ever see. John Dyson taking 2 good catches today, but good's not the word for this one. It's absolutely brilliant.
You just see him now as he leaps. There's Ray Clements, only he didn't tip it over the bar. Magnificent goalkeeper's catch.
Lilly now to Jeff Dujon.
Last ball, and he's hit it straight down the ground. It may not go for 4. It's very high. Border giving chase. Forward to Dujon. He moves on to 47. The end of the over. 8 for 250.
Lilly to Colin Croft.
It's in the end. It's wide of Lawson. Oh, Lawson's having a good day. Falling over, fumbling, misfielding. Allows him to get 3. Chappell would be annoyed about that.
Jeff Lawson himself a little disappointed as he snatches the cap off the ground. I think he realises that he gave the West Indies an extra run. Not only that, but he allowed Dujon to get back on strike with that slip there, and then boots the ball away just to make matters worse.
Yardley to Jeff Dujon.
Catch! He's got in. What a catch! What a match for Bruce Yardley. Caught and bowled for 48. You can't keep Bruce Yardley out of this game this summer. Tremendous performance. Fighted that ball. Dujon wasn't to the pitch, and Yardley did the rest. 4 40s in succession for Jeff Dujon.
That's how the 4th one ended. A brilliant diving effort there from Bruce Yardley, and a very annoyed batsman, but a delighted bowler. Good piece of flight there. Just spinning that one over the top, dropping that one on him rather than curving it away from him, and then diving forward to take a brilliant catch. Jeffrey Dujon out for 48, and the West Indies are 9 for 255.
Bruce Yardley to Garner. And Yardley finishes off this very courageous bowling performance.
Bowling! 7! What a performance. Magnificent effort. Best figures in his career. 7 for 98. Congratulations for a magnificent performance of endurance, courage, and spin.
That really was a very good delivery there to a tail-ender. Drifted it away and then spun it back through the gap. And Joel Garner goes off, assisted by his little mate there. Clean bowled. I think he'll have bowling on his mind rather than batting after that performance. Bruce Yardley 33 wickets now for Australia this summer. And everybody congratulating him. And I noticed that as he took that wicket, Colin Croft, the batsman down the bowler's end, turned around and congratulated Yardley immediately. So a very good gesture there from the West Indian fast bowler.
6 for 37 in his last 13 overs did Bruce Yardley, and that's a top performance for a spinner in this country, and a great support from his team. Dyson taking 2 good catches led, but not only a great bowling effort, but one of courage. He wasn't well today and he kept at it. He's bowled 32 overs, 6 maidens, 7 for 98.
Well, that's a tremendous performance from the Australians. I thought their first innings effort in taking 6 West Indian wickets for 96 was good enough, but that effort there, their out-cricket, their captaincy, and their general bowling performance was quite outstanding to get rid of West Indies for 255. 373 to win Australia. That's not going to be easy, but then again, they have given themselves the chance now, and it should work out to be a very good match. The hero for the Australians, Bruce Yardley, who finished up taking 7 for 37 in that last spell. Best ever test figures of 7 for 98 in the end, and after the innings, he spoke with Ian Chappell.
Well, I don't think I've ever enjoyed my cricket as much. I think the team of guys that we've got at the moment are just magnificent. It's tremendous spirit, and even when all the critics reckon we're down, we never reckon we are. So it's, you know, it's a tremendous scene.
Now coming in to bowl to Laird. Score is 0 for 0, and in the commentary box it's Tony Greig and Keith Stackpole.
It's well played by Laird. Nicely placed, so the Australians off the mark. One flicked away on the leg side. Croft, the fieldsman, down there at fine leg, and a good throw by him. They have got very powerful arms, these West Indians. No wicket for 2, Australia. Well, still a very placid wicket, even with this new ball. The ball just getting up top stump high. So they have plenty of time to guide it behind square leg.
Clark to Bruce Laird.
That could be close. Oh, and umpire Dick French having a good look at it. Turns down the appeal. They've been just going down leg side. Clark moving the ball about in the air. Well, a couple of useful deliveries to Dyson in the last over. Runs driven straight. Haynes gathers it and well run. 3 runs for Bruce Laird. Good return from Haynes, so Laird on to 5 and Australia none for 6.
Here's Michael Holding bowling to Bruce Laird.
He has 7 and the score is 8. Oh, there's a big appeal there. No shot played. That must have been very close. Well, all the West Indians are up, and Michael Holding standing there. There was no shot played. It might just have been a little bit high. It's going to be very interesting to see what this one shows. 2 benefits of the doubt for Bruce Laird from the umpire, and that a little high. You see Bruce Laird off the ground and hit just on the top of the pad. Well, Dyson hasn't scored yet. He has the strike. And that's out. It always dropped him. That definitely went off the glove, perhaps onto the thigh pad, then lobbed up. And an opportunity gone begging. There certainly was 2 noises there, and it's dug in short by Sylvester Clark. You see the ball come off with that chest pad, and Desmond Haynes putting it down. Look at Clive Lloyd at first slip. He was right up in the air. Desmond Haynes going to his right, taps it up in the air and down and over the shoulder, just out of reach. Michael Holding rubbing away at that ball down there, trying to keep some shine on it. It's a beautiful run now. Well pitched up, and Dyson responding well to that run, and Laird having to run. He might be out. That must be very, very close. A magnificent bit of fielding that by Sylvester Clark, shying at the non-striker stumps. Laird was just a little bit slow getting down there. What a great piece of fielding for such a big man. And the throw spot on. Bruce Laird striving for the crease. And the ball hitting the stump, and perhaps Bruce Laird just inches out. Pretty difficult to tell from that angle. Michael Holding was confident, but the transference from left to right hand perhaps costing this run out. It's very close indeed. Look at Michael Holding. He sensed that the run out was on. The big fellow picks up, throws off balance, perfect throw, spot on target. Laird striving for the crease and out by about 5 inches.
And Dyson off the mark. And so it's all happening out there. Looking for 2 and Laird sending him back, and good job too. Otherwise, Laird might well have had to scamper again. Well, there's no doubt about the fact that our replay shows that run out was out, but I suspect the umpire gave the batsman the benefit of the doubt. There couldn't have been much more than 2 inches in it, and a very, very difficult decision.
Croft to Dyson.
Well played by Dyson. Well, he'd have enjoyed that one. He's only made 1, and all of a sudden now he's played one down the ground for 3. 3 runs to Dyson. And no wicket for 16.
Colin Croft to Bruce Laird.
That's well played by Laird, and he's beaten the fieldsman there. With extra cover, the ball going down towards the extra cover boundary. They'll get 3. And that's a good shot, considering the fact that Laird has only had 1 ball in the last 4 overs.
And Bruce Laird, very much a touch player, just easing into the drive. Backus, who's substituting out there for Dujon, he's getting plenty of work. Just out of reach of him.
Garner to Dyson.
That's beautifully bowled. Brought him right forward. Look for it to come in. It straightened up.
Wonder how John Dyson missed that, because it was coming in at him all the way. He still played inside it. Croft to Dyson.
And that's a fine shot by Dyson. His first authentic drive, and he gets his first boundary. Square on the offside.
Good solid stroke. Very much the front foot player, John Dyson. Can be limited if he's forced onto the back foot. He then relies on deflections. That was a good solid blow. Garner to Dyson.
And that's well played. Just eased it forward of square leg to get 2. 17, no wicket for 34. Full toss. And there are more runs here for him. Long chase for Clark. And a complete 3. Dyson. And in fact they get a 4th run. Long return coming in from Clark, but good running between them. Saw the opportunity for coming for the 4th run. Took off for it and got home in the end quite easily. No wicket for 38.
Vivian Richards to Dyson.
Well, that was interesting. Jam down on the Yorker. Viv, he can't work out what's come. Noel Johnson's not very interested, is he?
Yorker there from Viv Richards. And I don't think Viv's quite sure what went on. I'm not sure that he really knows what he's appealing for, but he thinks something should happen.
Richards has bowled 1 ball to Dyson. They asked a question for an LBW. It was a big shout. Ball missing leg stump. Gomes from the members' end. Oh, 1 delivery. And Laird's worked it backward square for single.
Both the off spinners getting a bit of turn. They're not doing it out of the rough either. They're doing it from the actual.
It's a bad ball that's well played by